ready to drop bombs, but I keep on forgetting.
Eminem, a figure who's long been recognized as a titan in the world of music and a cultural icon in his own right, found himself stepping into a very different kind of spotlight. On a Tuesday evening in Detroit, the legendary rapper took the stage, not at one of his own concerts but at a campaign rally for then vice presidential candidate Kamala Harris. The event was a significant moment, not just because it saw Eminem dipping his toes into the political arena in a public way, but also because it brought together two colossal figures, Eminem and Barack Obama. It was a quintessentially Michigan moment. Eminem, born Marshall Mathers, grew up in Detroit, a city he's always been fiercely proud of and protective over. His connection to the Motor City is deeply ingrained in his persona, his lyrics, and his rise to fame. In this case, the city's native son was lending his voice not to one of his famously visceral tracks, but to an endorsement for a political cause he believed in. As Eminem introduced Obama at the Harris rally, the energy in the crowd was palpable, not just because of the legendary rapper's presence but also because of the importance of the election. However, if the crowd expected Eminem to bring the fire and intensity he's known for on stage, they were in for a bit of a surprise. Unlike his usual performances, which are often marked by an explosive presence and high energy, Eminem kept it professional, focused, and businesslike during his introduction. It was a calculated move on his part, a subtle nod to the gravitas of the moment. Slim Shady wasn't there to take the spotlight. He was there to shine it on a cause and a candidate, showcasing the transition from his usual persona to something more reserved and dignified in line with the serious nature of the event. Eminem's introduction was brief, but even in its brevity, it carried the weight of his celebrity and influence. He didn't launch into an extended speech or take jabs at political figures. Instead, he let his presence do most of the talking. Eminem's appearance at the rally was not just about promoting Kamala Harris and Joe Biden's political platform, but about the symbolism of uniting music, culture, and politics. It was a deliberate choice to keep things straightforward, leaving the spotlight to the message rather than making it about him. Then, when Obama took the stage, the mood shifted. Eminem was all business. Obama was the one to bring the charisma and energy to the event. As the former president grabbed the microphone, it quickly became clear that Obama wasn't going to stick to the script either. A man known for his ability to connect with audiences in profound ways, Obama did what few other politicians could do. He took the mic and playfully rapped a few lines from Eminem's iconic hit, "Lose Yourself." It was a moment that seemed to come out of nowhere but resonated deeply with everyone in attendance. When Obama started reciting the lines of "Lose Yourself," the crowd erupted into cheers. The song, which is arguably one of Eminem's most famous tracks, is often associated with overcoming adversity and seizing opportunities, a fitting metaphor for the election campaign itself. Lose Yourself speaks to the idea of giving everything you have in a moment of pressure, of understanding that certain opportunities come once in a lifetime. For Obama, referencing this song at that moment seemed like more than just a fun nod to Detroit's rap icon. It was symbolic of the urgency of the political moment they were all in. As the crowd reacted to Obama's unexpected performance, the atmosphere shifted from one of political speeches to something more relaxed and connected. Obama wasn't just addressing a sea of voters, he was engaging with people on a cultural level. His playful rap of Eminem's lyrics was a brilliant move that connected him with a younger generation and showcased the blending of pop culture with politics, something Obama has always been masterful at. Crowd responded with an enthusiasm that showed just how much they appreciated the gesture. It wasn't just a rap, it was a shared moment that helped bring a sense of unity and excitement to the event. But Obama didn't stop there. After winning over the crowd with his brief foray into rap, he smoothly transitioned into his political speech. Now that the mood was lighter, he began addressing the real reason everyone was there, to push for a victory in the upcoming election. And, in typical Obama fashion, he used humor to his advantage, delivering one-liners and zingers that kept the crowd engaged while making his points hit home. Obama's speeches have always been a blend of hope, humor, and hard-hitting truths, and this one was no different. He started taking shots at the then-sitting president, Donald Trump, but instead of going the typical route of simply criticizing Trump's policies, Obama's approach was lighter and more mocking. He poked fun at Trump's infamous campaign crowd sizes, a topic that had become something of a running joke during Trump's time in office. Trump, always quick to boast about the size of his rallies, had made this an oddly central part of his campaign, and Obama wasn't going to let the opportunity pass without taking a playful dig. He joked about Trump's inflated ego and the often questionable claims that came out of his mouth. But it wasn't just the crowd sizes Obama was taking aim at. He also criticized Trump for what he saw as a blatant attempt to commercialize the presidency by selling merchandise on the campaign trail. The sight of Trump-branded hats, shirts, and flags had become a common theme at his rallies, and Obama, with his trademark wit, called him out for it. In doing so, he framed Trump as a figure more interested in personal profit than in serving the country. It was a clever tactic, using humor to underscore what Obama viewed as serious issues with Trump's presidency. And then came perhaps the most pointed moment of Obama's speech. Shifting from humor to a more serious tone, he compared Trump to someone's senile grandpa, a remark that seemed to encapsulate how many of Trump's critics viewed his erratic behavior and questionable decision-making in office. The metaphor was biting and unmistakable, drawing laughs and applause from the crowd, but also serving as a stark reminder of the gravity of the situation in the upcoming election. Obama was making the case that it was time for a change, and he did so in a way that was both sharp and relatable. Obama's speech was filled with moments like this, sharp criticisms couched in humor but always with a clear message at the core. He urged the crowd that it was time to turn the page on Trump for good, reminding everyone that the stakes were high and that the country needed fresh leadership to move forward. His message was clear. The future wasn't just about one election. It was about the direction of the country for years to come. And he wasn't just calling for a vote for Kamala Harris or Joe Biden. He was calling for a wholesale rejection of what Trump represented in politics. As the rally continued, the dynamic between Eminem and Obama became a focal point. Eminem, normally the headliner at any event he attends, seemed perfectly content to play the role of the opener. He understood the significance of the moment, stepping back and allowing Obama to take center stage. It was a contrast between two men who, despite their vastly different careers, both commanded enormous respect in their respective fields. Eminem's presence brought a sense of gravity to the event, especially for Detroit locals who view him as a hero, while Obama brought the charisma and political acumen needed to engage the audience in the critical issues at hand. The rally left an impression on all who attended, and its impact was felt long after the event ended. With Michigan being such a key battleground state in the race for the White House, the event symbolized the importance of every vote and the necessity for turnout. Eminem's presence, along with Obama's powerful speech, was designed to rally supporters and motivate them to action. Combination of these two figures, one from the world of politics and the other from the world of music, was a powerful statement about the intersection of culture and political activism. For years, Eminem had used his platform to speak out about issues he cared about, from inequality to systemic racism. His appearance at the rally was an extension of that activism, showing that even the most unexpected voices have a place in political discourse when the stakes are this high.